Assalamu alaikum. Barkanmu da zuwa cikin wannan darasi namu inda za mu ci gaba da koyon SQL. So, in today's lesson, we are going to learn how to create a table using SQL command. So, the first thing that we need to do is to write a command in order for us to create a table. So, our commands should be like recently in recent video we talked about how to create a table, a database. So now we are going to learn how to create a table. So after creating a database, that is what we are going to create a table. So we need, or we ought to put create a table for our database. Okay, so this is the next thing we are going to do, and that is what we are going to do right now. So now we should write our code like this. If we could remember, we have created a database recently after name of JDA. Is it that is what we have named the database? Okay, so now we are going to tag that particular database we have created recently. So now what we are going to do is like we should just put use JDA. That is, then we should write create table. Okay, create table. As you can see, create table. So when we write this command, create table, and the command has turned to blue. As you can see, it turned to blue color instead of black, which means that we are going to query, or we are going to command an SQL. Okay, so now that use JDA, we just want to kamar da faɗa muku recently, idan muna coding ko muna zuba code ɗinmu, it's like we are communicating between like we are communicating with SQL. Okay, so we need to talk to SQL, or we need to communicate with SQL in a language that SQL can understand. Okay, so now we say use JDA. Now we are referring to that particular database we have created before. Okay, so now in that particular database, which is named JDA, we need to create a table in that particular database. Okay, so I don't want to go rush. I don't want to rush in this. So I just want you to have a full understanding on how to create a how to learn SQL. That is why I don't want to rush. I just want to make everything for vivid for you, so that you can easily understand it. Okay, so now use JDA, create a table. So create a table. Our table need a name. We need to name our table. So now we can name our table as students. As students, create table. Okay, that's students. Okay, so in that particular table, we need to create a columns from that particular table. Okay, so now what we need to do is we should just put a parenthesis, or a form bracket. Okay, and a close bracket also. Okay, then put this thing. Okay, so now we want to separate it like this. Okay, meaning our data should be in that particular range. Okay, in that particular location between these two parentheses. Okay, so yanzu za mu sa data mu ne a nan ciki. So mun ce create table in the name of students. Okay, after the name of students. So that is how our table should be. Okay, so now we need to insert our columns. Okay, since we have created a table, table must have a columns. So now we should proceed on writing it in that particular line, or we should create another line. Okay, as you can see. So now how we want our table to be like. We need our table to consist a full name like this, full name. So we need to put underscore. You as I told you before, there is no space in SQL. While using SQL, you don't need to put a space. So now we write it as a full name. So full name should be Abacha. Okay, Bacha. Like, let's say we have a full name should be like Bacha put 50. Let us use it this way. Okay, so then, and also we need to put agenda. Okay, we need to put agenda, and our agenda might be like just it will be a batcha, let's say batcha 20 or even batcha 10. I think the correct time I will not exceed to this limit. And we have a date of birth. You can put it like DOV. Okay, you can put it batcha, and like batcha 20, let's say batcha 20. Okay, so then we need the state, as you can see. We need a state. State should be a batcha like batcha 10 or 20. Okay, so then we need age. Age should be like int. Okay, state, we should put it states instead of state. Okay, we should put it as states. Okay, so age is integer, like as you can see. Then we have a course, as you can see. So our course should be batcha, like let's say batcha 30. Sorry. Also we have a student's ID. Student's ID, we can leave we can just leave it like this, but we can add even more columns if we like let's say student's ID. Student's ID. Okay, or we can just put it student's ID, ID like this. Okay, so student's ID, we can put it like int. Okay, so now as we all know, we have already closed our columns. Okay, so we have created, as you can see, we have created a table which contains some particular columns. Columns that our table contained include full name, which is batcha 50. Okay, then gender, which is batcha 10, which we put it as a batcha 10. We have a date of birth, which is batcha 20. We have a state, which is batcha 20. Okay, we have a age, which is integer. We have a course, which is batcha 30, and we have a students, which is integer. Okay, so now let's run our code and see the result. Okay, so as you can see, we have created a table successfully, which tell us that commands completed successfully. Okay, so now this is how we are going to create our table. These are the appropriate codes that we can use in order to create our own table. Okay, so make sure that you put all the tables accordingly, so that without being weighed or without stressing yourself. And mind you, whenever you are writing a code, make sure that you are in well conducive environment and your attention is attached to that particular commands you are creating. Okay, so this is the role of coding, because if you kana creating like kana yin coding hankalin kana wani wuri ko kana tunanin wani abu, you might hardly end it well. Okay, so yanzu this is how we are going to create our own table using SQL command. Okay, so now what next? The next thing is how to insert a data, which we should learn in our next lesson. So see you in the next class.